Hello and welcome back to Butcher Mark Model. This is a Plague Marine. He's the Lord of Contagion. He's basically a lieutenant. Now then, Plague Marines have allied to the god Nurgle. Nurgle is the god of plague, disease, pestilence, nasty, horrible, slimy things. Things that go wobble when you poke them. And he's very generous in how he bestows gifts upon his followers. He's very generous. So, what we're going to do today for our Plague Marines? Well, we're going to give them a bit of support. We're going to give them a creature called, and I do say creature because although it's a machine, it's part machine, part biological. This is the Foetid Bloat-drone. Bit of a heavy support. So what have I done so far? All I've done so far is I've taken it off the sprue, I've cleaned up the nubs, and I've undercoated the areas that need to be undercoated in. Some are white and some are black. So really simple. They're not all machine. Some of it is biological. And on the Bloat-drone, all the back here is alive. So how are we going to paint this thing? Let's start off with not paint at all. We've already undercoated, and I used a Ulthuan Grey as an undercoat, and then obviously Abaddon Black for the black. We don't have to paint. Not paint. We're going to use our Citadel shade Drenchy Violet. The first thing we're going to do, give it a good shake. You notice he's in sub-assemblies. The body, the front carapace, the weapons, and the propeller things, the droney things. We'll keep them separate. It's so much easier to do it separately, and as we're going to be using super glue gel to put it together, we've got no chance of damaging the paintwork. So then, what we're going to do first of all, now this stuff is out of the pot use. You can thin this down if you wish to. There's nothing wrong with thinning it down with either water or lamium medium, but it's designed, we'll use my dad's device, anti-spillage device, then he doesn't tell me off. It's designed to come straight out of the pot, and all we're going to do is we're literally all the flesh areas, we're going to get in there and we're going to give it a wash of Drenchy Violet, and what that'll do is it'll make it look all horrible and putrid and bruised and sore. We'll do the tentacles for now, though we will be adding paint to the tentacles later. So all the flesh areas, that's literally all we're going to do, is we're going to get in with the Drenchy Violet and stain it basically. Now the secret of this stuff is, once you've started, don't stop with a wash, because if it dries it will leave this horrible tide mark, and the only way you can get rid of it is by totally stripping it and starting again. So do as many panels as you're comfortable doing. Now, this stuff does take about 20 minutes to dry, so you don't have to work super fast, but don't, when you're painting, or well, using a wash on a big area, do it panel by panel, break it down, and then you've got less chance of ending up with a horrible nasty tide line that you can't get rid of. Right. We want to go up a little bit on here because the skin actually merges with this canister or whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know what's in it, probably something slimy and plague ridden, pox and something that's going to make you feel very unwell. So once we've got all the skin stained, we need to set this aside for about an hour because we put quite a lot on, and we'll probably go back, depending on how it looks, we may go back and do a second coat of this. Just in there, around there. This is, it looks complex, this miniature, but it's just basic simple techniques. We'll get in there. Right then, so all we're going to do now is we're going to set this to one side and leave it to totally dry. So I'll see you in a second, in a minute. Time machine. Right, we're back. 3, 2, 1, back in the room and all that. Time machine. Now then, what's happened is that's given us a really nice purple shade down all the recesses. So what we want to try and do now is we want to try and bring it back up on the raised areas to make it look more flesh-like. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to dry brush using 3 different colours. I'm going to start off with Demonette Hide, and then I'm going to use Rakarth Flesh and Pallid Witch Flesh very lightly as the last one. So, dry brush, load up the brush with some Demonette Hide, and then scrub away. I'm probably going to get all wobbly now. Yeah. Get most of it off, so there's virtually nothing left. And then, like I showed you before, very gently start dry brushing all that on. And what that'll do is that'll leave the really dark purple in all the recesses, and it'll start bringing the higher areas back up again. Now this is going to take quite a long time. It's not a quick technique, but it's going to be a very nice looking technique when it's done. Load the brush up again, back in the cloth, work it in the bristles, and then most of the excess off. And back in we go again. This is probably going to take at least 30 minutes, at least. So what I'll do is I'll pause this again, because that would be really boring watching me flicking a paintbrush across a bit of plastic. So we'll use our time machine, and I'll see you in half a second for you. Time machine. Right then, that's all with dry brush now. It's starting to get back to a fleshy sort of tone with very bruised undertones. So what we're going to do now is we're going to really bring out that flesh tone, and we're going to use a tiny bit, we're not going to go mad, of Reikland Flesh Shade, and we're just going to very, very lightly go over the bits that we want fleshy and just bring it back up again. Okay, and then I think what we'll do is we'll call that a day once we've done this, and then our next episode we'll get to painting the greens. Alright, get some of the armour painted and some of the pipe work. We'll just get this shade on, and then you'll see the effect it then gives us. It's actually quite dramatic, really nice. Don't be afraid of using a shade over a shade. You put a layer in between it, you can create some really nice looking effects with shades and washes. Right then, so I'm going to call that a day for now, and I'll see you in part 2 when we get to start painting some of this armour. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.